Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time, kindly subscribe and like this video. So in this video, I'm going to be showing us how to create an endless scroll on Figma. So the first thing for us is to create a frame and fit your image into the frame. So what we have here is a frame, right? And I fit the picture of a sneakers into the frame. And then I duplicated it. So the next thing would be for us to create an auto layout on this frame. I'll highlight all of this and then I'll create an auto layout on all the frames. So after adding an auto layout to it, the next thing that I would do is we want to duplicate this entire frame. So how to achieve that is to click on one of the frames here that has the shoe. Then I would click on Ctrl A. It has picked the old shoes inside the frame. So then I'll click on Ctrl C. I'll copy it. Then I'll paste it. Ctrl V. So we have two different sets of sneakers inside this. So for us to be able to identify it, I am going to change the sneakers to the different sneakers. So we'll have different type of sneakers in the same frame. All right, let me quickly do that. Now, guys, we have been able to achieve that. The next thing would be for us to click on the entire frame. Now we are selecting all the frames. Remember, the first frame that we created and the one that we copied and pasted inside the same frame. So the next thing would be for us to now click on the frame. We can rename this frame shoes. And then I'll go ahead and we'll make this auto layout a frame. So now click on it and frame selection. And we are still on this one. So we want to reduce the size of this frame so the size of a desktop, which is 1400. I love to use 1440. Let's do 1440. 1440. Exactly. So here we go, 1440. So now we'll clip this content here, right here. So we're going to clip the content. All right. So the next thing would be for us to duplicate this. We'll duplicate this frame right here. And then what I would love for us to do is I'm going to look at the first image that we have here. These shoe sneakers. So we're going to drag the auto layout inside this. So this other one right here, the second shoe of this that started the press first. I'll just watch as I do that. So now I am going to drag this shoe right here. So you can double click on the first. So make sure that we're clicking on this shoes frame inside this. Then please watch as I'm going to be doing this. Then we have to now drag. Did you see that? We're dragging. Keep going. We're not there yet. So now watch it. This shoe right here, we want it to be on the same line with this shoe on top of it right here. So as I'm going, did you see that? We have to make sure that they are on the same line. I'm not sure what been able to achieve that yet. Yeah. So right now, I think they're on the same line. So now we'll have to create a ruler. We just want to ensure that they are on the same line. All right. I think we need to shift it a little bit. Just a little bit. All right. So then we'll shift it to make sure that none of this thing here. All right, I think we're good to go. If you can see this, you see that they are now on the same line. The essence is so that as this first one is, moving, immediately the second one is also following it without, having to shake the frame. We don't want the frame to shake. We want everything to be steady. We want a steady movement, all right? So now that we have been able to achieve that, the next thing that we want to do now is to set an interaction on these two frames. Okay, but before then, we have to make it a component. So we have to create component set for these two items right here. Oh yes. So we'll come here and create component sets for these two frames right here. We have made it component sets. So the first thing that we want to do now is going to click on this first frame that we have here. Click on it, come to prototype, right? Click on interaction. Now we want this to, the moment mouse enter, we want this. So the interaction is going to be, when I would have said when mouse enter, but let's do after delay. So the interaction is going to be after delay. So after delay for 1 second, right? We want it to smart animate. We want it to smart animate and we'll put it on linear. So after 10,000 seconds, after 10,000 milliseconds, we want this first frame to switch to this second one. After delay for 1 second, it should switch to this and smart animate for smart animate linear for 10,000 milliseconds. Then we'll come here on the second frame and we'll also want this to the moment after delay for, we'll set this on after delay too. So after delay for also 1 millisecond, we want this to smart animate. We want it to smart animate, and then the interaction, we want the interaction to be, no, it's not going to smart animate. This should be instance. And the reason why we are setting this on instance is because we don't want it to waste any more time. Immediately our mouse is on top of this thing, then it should instantly switch to the second one. All right. So now we are done with the prototype. The next thing I want to do is to see what we have done on a frame. So I'm going to create a frame, a desktop frame of 14400. Oh yes. So then I'll drag this inside this frame right here. So I'm going to drag it. I'm going to drag it inside the frame so that you all see what we just did right here. So center this. All right. So, and then here we go. Let's present this to see how it's going to look like. So did you see that? We have an endless scrolling, right? So that's the essence of doing this. And as we can see, this is the result. So whatever product that you want to display, you can do it in this manner, and then you'd have your products endlessly display horizontally on your screen. And another thing that we can also do this is, say that you don't want the same direction for all the products. Say that as these ones are going the horizontal direction, you also want another set of products to be going the opposite direction. Let's see how we can achieve that on Figma. What we're going to do now is to duplicate this frame, right? And then set the spacing between the two frames to be 24. So now that we have that, we want to flip the direction of this second frame, because as this first one is going vertically, we want the second frame to be going horizontally. So what we're going to do is for us to click on the second frame, right click on it and select flip horizontal, or you just choose the shortcut which is Shift H. Either ways, I'm going to stick with this, right? So what we just did is that we have changed the direction of the second frame. So we're going to present this now and see what it looks like. So here we go. It's working. It's doing what we want it to do. As these cells are moving vertically, the second frame, the products in the second frame are moving horizontally. That is exactly what we want to achieve on Figma. But this is really good. This is really, really good. Exactly how we want it to be. I hope you found this video helpful. Subscribe, like, and share.